about something, and it's cool looking, I gotta say. But she's taking a bar, and she's going from here. Okay, this is where I'm really weak. In other words, my lats are stretched out. My lat right now is attached here, wants to pull this arm backwards. But I'm trying to go down. I'm trying to go like this. Right, so there's a lot of stress to the shoulder here to work your abdominals. Now, if you're a big-breasted woman or you're a big dude and you have a heavy upper body, this is going to be a lot of stress to the shoulder to do this. Back up. Okay? It looks cool, but this girl is small. She's small. It's easy kind of for her to do. Not saying you can't do it, but it wouldn't be my first pick. It's almost like doing a pullover. Basically, like, laying on a bench and doing a pullover. Then they do this one is called flat as a board. Okay, well, if you can look and see what she's doing on her neck, she's got the full weight of her body crossing her cervical spine. Okay? So if you ever studied the spine, at the top, the cervical spine is really small. It's not designed to have a lot of load on it. That's why you never see any animal on the planet Earth ever standing on their head. Only humans. Because humans sometimes don't make sense. Okay, so I wouldn't do that. In other words, I see what she's trying to do. She's trying to do that rocky leg raise, but there's no reason to go all the way up on your neck. Okay? All right. Then from there we go to what's called they got here another health magazine. I get these are the same magazines I get. And it's called a curtsy, lunge, and press back. Curtsy, lunge, and press back. So, I understand there's a curtsy, right? But we know that women have 8 times more non-contact ACL injuries than men, because women usually have wider pelvises and longer limbs, and so when they step, if the knee adducts or they land and they can't monitor the femur to kick a ball, or they go up for a ball and they land and their knee goes like that, they're ACL tears. So anytime, there's a thing called the law of facilitation, which is this. Anytime an impulse passes through a set of neurons, it will tend to do so again, and each time it does that, it'll do that with less resistance. So basically, if you practice something, your body tends to do that, right? So if you practice this, your body tends to do this. So they got a curtsy to a lunge to a kickback, plus the ladies like holding 3 pounds. Which this is a waste of time for your triceps. Your triceps are powerful muscles. Women shouldn't be lifting 3 pounds. So they have her doing this, and then they're having her lunge. So and then you're suggesting to do it many times. Well, if you were going to curtsy, you would curtsy maybe once, or you curtsy to somebody and then you move on. You wouldn't be doing sets of it and then adding load and lunges to it. So they're just trying to make up stuff. But they forget that, your joints are designed a certain way, and eventually you're going to wear it out like that, okay? Where's my other one? Okay, here's one from Shape, and they show basically a girl, same thing. She's lunging, and they call it a grapevine lunge. She's lunging and then twisting with something. Great, no problem. But again, instead of having the pelvis, you got these 2 buttons. The pelvis nice and symmetrical pointing forward, and then the leg coming out from the mechanical axis. They show her like this. So again, the knee is adducting. And then they're having her rotate, which creates more adduction. No reason for that. Whoever's at the photo shoot should be watching that and setting the person up correctly. Then in this one they show what's called a curl, cross, and punch. This is for stronger arms and abs. So it's a curl, cross, and punch. Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, most women can curl 10, 12 pounds. You take 10, 12 pounds and then lean it over like that, put a lot of load on the spine. Not because it's 10, 12 pounds, but because it's so high up in the air, it has kind of a long lever arm to pull. So this isn't 10, 12 pounds because the distance from here to the axis is pretty far, right? So the amount of weight you can curl is probably going to too much to be leaning over. And if you lighten this weight and you start doing it like this, with a 5-pound weight and doing this, well, I could sit here and curl this 5 pounds for probably the next 15 minutes. It's kind of a waste of time, right? So another not really good exercise for that. Okay? Okay, let's go. We got to go to another piece of equipment.